Hey there, welcome to Death Star Killer, my channel of all sorts of stuff. In this video I'm going to go through the movies I watched over the last few weeks. Let's get into it. First up, Becky. Comedian Kevin James goes against type playing a nasty villain in what's basically an R-rated version of Home Alone. An effective little thriller. Good. Page 8. The first entry of a trilogy of spy thrillers. Bill Nighy is Johnny Warricker, an MI5 agent who gets his hands on a file that could take down a lot of important people. The only way I could describe it is glacially paced, with absolutely no action, no shootouts. This isn't that kind of spy thriller. This is all about talking and sneaking around and investigating. But it's a good story with a top cast, and I found it very enjoyable. Along with Bill Nighy, you've got the likes of Felicity Jones, Ray Fiennes, Michael Gambon, Rachel Weisz, Ewan Bremner. Very good. Paul. After a recent rewatch of Spaced, we decided to give Paul a rewatch. It's light enough stuff, but it's pretty enjoyable. Good. Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. I didn't know what to make of this, but it has a lot of charm, and by the end it had won me over. Good. Psycho Goreman. I love this. Check out my review. Great. The Martian, a rewatch. I love space thrillers, and this is one of the best. A technical marvel with great cast and great performances, and exciting. Excellent. I recommend watching the bloopers from it on YouTube. Looks like they had a lot of fun making it. Next up, Turks and Caicos. Johnny Warricker returns in another slow-paced spy thriller. If you can stand the pace, it's quite enjoyable. Another great cast too. This time joining Bill Nighy is Christopher Walken, Helena Bonham Carter and Winona Ryder. Good. Riders of Justice. Part tragic drama, part comedy and part action thriller. This is a strange beast, held together by great performances by Mads Mikkelsen and Nikolai Kaus. I hope I said his name right. Brilliant. Honest Thief. Another run-of-the-mill Liam Neeson thriller. Nothing new, but sometimes that's exactly what I'm in the mood for, so I enjoyed it. Good. Nobody. From the writer of John Wick comes pretty much another version of John Wick. Bob Odenkirk of Better Call Saul fame is an everyday nobody who's just pushed too far one day, unleashing his past. You can really see the training that Bob Odenkirk put in. Apparently he trained for almost a year for this role. Kick-ass action with a bit of humour. I loved it. Great. Promising Young Woman. Slow-paced revenge thriller with a great central performance by Carey Mulligan. It may not be to everyone's taste, and it has an ending which is divisive. Initially I didn't like what it did, but after a few days I started to think it was actually brilliant. It's the sort of movie that really sticks with you well after watching it. Excellent. Tom Clancys Without Remorse. Michael B. Jordan stars in what's probably his first B movie. This is supposed to be the setup for a Rainbow Six franchise. Personally, I don't think it was good enough to see more. One person described it as aggressively okay. Another person I know said, if you don't want us to know who the bad guy is, then don't cast somebody who always turns out to be the bad guy. Aggressively okay. Mortal Kombat. I didn't hate this, unlike a lot of people. It has some enjoyable fights and action sequences, and really great deaths, R-rated just like the games. I just wasn't a fan of most of the cast. Kano is probably the only character that's memorable. Raiden is boring. The villains, Sub-Zero, is pretty boring, and the main villain, whose name I can't remember right now, boring. I'd say if you were to somehow bring the cast, you'd have to have a time machine, but bring the cast from the 95 Mortal Kombat and put them into this would have been great. I did like that the original team pops up a good few times, including during the end credits, but all it did was remind me of how better the characters were in the 95 Mortal Kombat. Sorry. The opening 10 minutes though are excellent. They feel like they're directed by somebody else and from a better movie. Meh, alright. kinda, sort of, enjoyed it, I think. Well, that's a quick roundup of some movies I watched over the last few weeks. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. It really helps. My channel is doing so much better than I expected. And make a comment if you want. I try to always reply. Until the next time, this is Death Star Killer, signing off. Honest thief. Honest thief. Thief. Honest thief. Honest thief. 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 Am I saying that right? TC.